So let's talk Apple's WWDC. Great conference, tons of cool AI stuff that they talked about. So let's just jump right into it and see what the team was saying.
Apple Intelligence will enable your iPhone, iPad, and Mac to understand and create language, as well as images, and take action for you to simplify interactions across your apps. And what's truly unique is its understanding of your personal context. For example, your iPhone can prioritize your notifications to minimize unnecessary distractions while ensuring you don't miss something important. Apple Intelligence also powers brand new writing tools that you can access system-wide to feel more confident in your writing. Writing tools can rewrite, proofread, and summarize text for you, whether you're working on an article or blog post, condensing ideas to share with your classmates, or looking over a review before you post it online. And they're available automatically across Mail, Notes, Safari, Pages, Keynote, and even your third-party apps.
So let's break that down a bit. What Apple did is what they do a lot. They waited. They waited to see what people liked. They waited to see what people didn't like. And then they incorporated the best of all of those worlds into their operating systems directly. So when you're in Mail or you're creating a document, AI is going to live there, and they're using their own models. They're using ChatGPT, which we're going to talk about in just a second, to try to create an environment where AI is assisting us in all that we do and at no additional cost, which is really the game changer. That's really the unique value proposition that they're rolling out here. This is not going to cost their users anything. It's not like Microsoft's Copilot 365, which is an additional $30 a month. It's not like ChatGPT directly, where you're paying $25, $30 a month. Google's Gemini. This is just going to be there where we are, where we live, and it's not going to cost us anything else. That is a big shift in the AI marketplace, and it's likely going to have pretty big ramifications in the space. So they also talked about some other cool things that we're going to look at right now.
The greatest source of tools for taking actions is already in your pocket with the apps you use every day. And we have designed Apple Intelligence so it can tap into these tools and carry out tasks on your behalf. So you can say things like, pull up the files that Jaws shared with me last week, or show me all the photos of Mom, Olivia, and me, or play the podcast that my wife sent the other day. We're designing Apple Intelligence to be able to orchestrate these and hundreds of other actions for you.
So here we are in full-blown AI agents. This is the type of tech that wearable AI like Humane and Rabbit have been chasing for a long time. This is on-screen awareness, the ability to handle tasks that you normally tap around different places for. Some people are calling these LAMs, or large action models, and it allows you to do some things. So say you have a photo of your driver's license, be able to pull up that photo, have the AI take the numbers off that photo, and then input it into a form. Or if your friend sends you their new address, be able to update their contact card with their new address and also input that into a map. So you can go ahead and start driving over to check out their new place. Not everybody was super excited about this because of how Apple explained it. They have some of this is handled on device, which everybody is great with. Some of it goes up to a secure Apple cloud, which still most people are okay with. But what people were concerned about is for the more complicated tasks, it's actually going up to OpenAI. You can see here what Elon Musk said about that. And I'm just going to leave this up here for a minute because there is nothing more chef's kiss than getting fact-checked by a platform that you paid $44 billion for. But in Elon's defense, it was a little confusing what Apple said. They've since come out and clarified. They absolutely have partnered with OpenAI, and they have integrated the best functionality of ChatGPT. But for almost all processes, they're handled on device using Apple-built models. So that ensures it's fast and it's private. For tasks that are too complex, they're handling it one of two ways. The first is they're using Apple's private cloud compute. That sits on Apple servers and uses Apple silicon. The data is never stored or sent to Apple directly. It's just going up and then back to your device. And so that's for things that are kind of medium complexity. And for the most complex things, they are sending it off to ChatGPT. Users are prompted to give their permission to be able to do that. And then part of the contract is that ChatGPT cannot store or track any users. Apple's obfuscating the IP address. So it is still incredibly, incredibly private, but it was confusing. In the end, though, Apple's commitment to privacy really kind of still stands out here. So those are the AI things at WWDC that I found really interesting. There's other cool stuff definitely worth checking out. I will link the full keynote. It's about an hour 45 down in the comments if you want to go through and check it all out. Apple was the last of the big tech companies to do their summer conferences, so those are now over. Next week we'll get back to just normal AI breakthroughs that are happening all the time. There's some fascinating stuff happening in video, other things that are really interesting, really worth talking about that we'll jump into next week. But until then, stay curious, keep learning, and I will talk to you then.